اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان جیسا کہ آپ لوگوں کو پتہ ہے کہ پچھلے کچھ دنوں میں 2-3 دن پہلے امریکہ میں لاس اینجلس میں بہت زیادہ آگ لگی ہوئی ہے، ابھی تک لگی ہوئی ہے۔ یونائٹڈ اسٹیٹس آف امریکہ کی جو اسٹیٹ کیلیفورنیا ہے اس میں ہالی ووڈ میں یہ آگ لگی، اور اس آگ کی وجہ سے ہالی ووڈ کے بہت سے سیلیبریٹیز، جس میں بہت مشہور نام ہیں، بڑے فیمس نام ہیں، جیسے کہ آپ آنے والی اس ویڈیو میں دیکھیں گے، ان کے گھر بھی they lost their homes اور hardly earned money، اور اس کے 2-3 فیکٹرز ہیں۔ ایک اس کا تو فیکٹر یہ ہے کہ اینی ویز جہاں بھی آگ لگی ہے جو ڈیمیج ہو رہا ہے وہ ہیومینٹی کو ہو رہا ہے، اس میں خوشی کی بات کسی کے لیے بھی نہیں ہے۔ مقافات عمل بھی اس کو کہنا مناسب نہیں ہوگا، کیونکہ ہمیں نہیں بہتر پتہ کہ اللہ کی نظر میں کیا چیز ٹھیک ہے۔ اللہ ہم سب کو اپنی حفظ و امان میں رکھے، اور جو لوگ اس میں افیکٹ ہیں ان کو بھی اپنی حفظ و امان میں رکھے۔ لیکن ایک تو اس کا یہ پہلو ہے انسانیت کا جو سب سے پہلے آنا چاہیے، دوسرا اس کا پولیٹیکل جو اس میں پہلو ہے وہ یہ ہے کہ یوکرین کی جو وار ہے، کچھ لوگ اس کے ساتھ ریلیٹ کر رہے ہیں، اسپیشلی جو پریزیڈنٹ ٹرمپ اور ان کے صاحبزادے ہیں وہ، اور ایلن ماسک۔ اور آنے والی ویڈیو میں آپ دیکھیں گے، یہ جو میں آپ کو ویڈیو کلپ دکھاؤں گا کہ وہ اس پہ کیا اس کے بارے میں کہہ رہے ہیں، کیونکہ یہ کہا جا رہا ہے کہ کیلیفورنیا کی اسٹیٹ جو سی ہے اس نے یوکرین وار میں اس کو بہت سپورٹ کیا ہے، اور پریزیڈنٹ ٹرمپ ہیز آسکڈ دی گورنر آف کیلیفورنیا فار ریزگنیشن۔ تو یہ ایک بہت لمبی ایک کہانی ہے، اس کو چھوٹی سی ویڈیو میں نہیں بتایا جا سکتا، لیکن it is disastrous, it has political background, it has future consequences، اور آج کل کے زمانے میں جنگیں جو ہوتی ہیں اس طرح نہیں لڑی جاتی جس طرح پہلے لڑی جاتی ہیں۔ آج کل کے زمانے میں جنگیں لڑی جاتی ہیں بایولوجیکل وارز، جیسے کورونا آیا تھا، ابھی تک لوگ سوچ رہے ہیں کہ واقعی وہ ایک کورونا وائرس تھا یا وہ لایا گیا تھا۔ اس میں کوئی کمنٹ پرسنل نہیں ہمیں دینا چاہیے، کم از کم میں نہیں دینا چاہتا، کیونکہ اللہ ہی بہتر جانتا ہے کہ اٹ واز این ایکسیڈنٹ اور اٹ واز مین میڈ۔ یہی کیس ہالی ووڈ کی جو آگ ہے اس کے بعد اس کا ایک اور کانٹیکسٹ بھی ہے جو میں اپنی سمجھنے میں جب سے آرٹیفیشیل انٹیلیجنس آئی، ایک کچھ عرصہ پہلے، 1 سال پہلے ہالی ووڈ میں آرٹیفیشیل انٹیلیجنس کے خلاف بہت زیادہ پروٹیسٹ ہوئے، کیونکہ آرٹیفیشیل انٹیلیجنس کے ذریعے آپ اتنے پیسے لگا کے جو مووی بناتے ہیں وہ آپ آرٹیفیشیل انٹیلیجنس سے اب ایک کمرے میں بیٹھ کے بنا سکتے ہیں۔ چیٹ جی پی ٹی آپ کی اس کے مختلف ورژنز ہیں، وہ آپ کا اسکرپٹ بھی لکھتی ہے، آپ کے کریکٹرز بھی بناتی ہیں، یعنی کہ ایک شارٹ آپ کو نہ کسی ایکٹر کی ضرورت ہے، نہ کسی اسکرپٹ کی ضرورت ہے، نہ کسی کیمرے کی ضرورت ہے، آپ اس کو کمانڈ دیں گے اور آپ کی مووی جو ہوتی ہے وہ ریڈی ہو جائے گی لائک اے مووی۔ اس کی وجہ سے ہالی ووڈ کے ایکٹرز، ڈائریکٹرز، پروڈیوسر جو ہوتے ہیں دے آر ہائی الرٹ کے کیا کیا کرتے ہیں۔ تو آئی ڈونٹ نو کہ آنے والی ویڈیو کیسے لیٹس سی this video right now. आगे और पीछे के जो कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हैं इनका मैंने जिक्र किया।
Criticized aid to Ukraine from nearly 3 years ago amid devastating fires in Los Angeles. On social media, Trump Jr. said that the Los Angeles Fire Department donated a lot of its supplies to Ukraine, and today it cannot control the elements in its immediate area of responsibility. As evidence of his version, he attached a media message from March the 18th, 2022. Oh, of course, the LA Fire Department donated a lot of their supplies to Ukraine. Trump Jr. wrote, the hydrants weren't filled. They cut $17 million from the fire budget. They sent supplies to Ukraine. Musk wrote, but Donald Trump himself did not blame Ukraine for the Los Angeles fires. He found another culprit. Let this serve as a symbol of the blatant incompetence and mismanagement of the Biden-Newsom duo. January the 20th must come as soon as possible, he wrote. Trump has sparked a political battle over the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles, even as those fires are still far from contained. Any suggestion that the disaster, which has already killed 2 people, destroyed about 1,000 structures and caused 70,000 people to be placed under an evacuation order, would lead to a moment of national unity was in vain. Instead, Trump has taken verbal potshots at the California governor, Gavin Newsom, and President Biden, suggesting their actions are to blame for the failure to contain the fires. The purpose, aside from Trump's general taste for political combat, seems to be to paint the current president and the California governor as weak leaders who have enfeebled a nation that the president-elect will soon return to the right track. Trump's detractors view such tactics with disdain. Trump took to Truth Social, using his derogatory nickname for the California governor, to assert that the response to the wildfires was being hampered by Newsom's environmental policies. Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snowmelt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California. Authorities in Los Angeles say the water supplies had been strained by levels of demand about 4 times greater than normal over a period of many hours. Two conventional parties have long been formed in the Russian establishment: the Party of Rotten Peace and the Party of Endless War. Russian oppositionist and sociologist Igor Eidman writes about this in his blog on Telegram. The first unites the majority of the oligarchy and bureaucracy, from Gref and Deripaska to Mishustin and Sobyanin. The most active in it is Abramovich's group, around whom Surkov, Venediktov, and other stooges fuss. The second includes individual security officials and Putin's close associates, including Medvedev, as well as the fascist Z movement that arose during the war. Rumors of unexpected negotiations after Trump's inauguration have deepened the rift in the Russian elite and the confrontation between the two parties. The Rotten Peace Party would like to accept Trump's proposals to freeze the war. The Endless War Party fears such a development. This split has been reflected in the publications of the last few days. Vladislav Surkov dreams of a second Minsk agreement that could be presented as a victory for Russia. He hopes that this will prepare Russia's turn from east to west. The first natural consequence of our victory will be a slowdown in the forced westernization of Russia. This prospect frightens one of the ideologists of the war party, Alexei Chadaev. The elites want and will definitely run to the West at any opportunity. For some, the West is very attractive. They are just sitting and waiting for all this crap in Ukraine to end and for life to be possible as before. But what frightens Chadaev and other supporters of the Party of the Endless War even more is that if military actions stop, they will find themselves out of work. After that, for example, they will declare me and others to be finished militarists, scumbags, warmongers, and push us behind the closet. In order to not be pushed into the closet, you need to push your competitors there, or even more reliably, simply kill them. This is what the main Z ideologist Dugin dreams of. We need full-fledged and visual repressions, condemnation of Gorbachev, Yeltsin, and all their lackeys. Then show trials and executions, not bashful ones, like now, but decisive ones. Either death to the elite of the 90s to 2000s or death to the motherland, that is, to us. Without a great purge, nothing will come of it. The party of endless war wants to declare the current ruling elite, which is the elite of the 90s to 2000s, mostly belonging to the party of rotten peace, as traitors and destroy them and take their place at the trough. The party of rotten peace, in turn, seeks to freeze the war in order to return to the usual comfortable pre-war way of life, including the principle, steal here, spend abroad. Both parties appeal to Putin, but he is incapable of implementing either program. He is maniacally, stubbornly trying to destroy Ukraine and is not ready, no matter how hard Abramovich, Surkov and co. try to perceive some new Minsk agreements, a rotten and shaky peace, as their victory. He is also incapable of carrying out some kind of mass purge of the elite, becoming the leader of a total war. He is too much of a sybarite and a coward, old and lazy for that. So what will he do? Nothing new. The regime under his leadership will continue the war with inertia, slowly decomposing from within. When the parties of the rotten world and endless war finally understand that Putin will not meet them halfway, they may try to eliminate him. The party that manages to do this first will win. I bet on the party of the rotten world. Ukrainian troops are systematically hunting for the Russian 810th Marine Brigade in the Kursk region, according to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Tuesday. As a result of a high-precision raid, the headquarters of the 810th Marine Brigade in Belaya was damaged. This is the second strike on the brigade headquarters in 2 weeks. As Forbes analyst David Axe writes, it's unclear what kind of munitions the Ukrainians used, but Belaya is only 20 miles east of Sudza, so there are plenty of options, since Ukraine has a range of deep strike weapons from Western missiles to heavy attack drones. The besieged 810th Marine Brigade received a disproportionate share of this firepower, the analyst notes, recalling that the Ukrainians had previously struck the brigade's headquarters in Lvov. Moreover, soon after the attack on Lvov, the 810th Marine Infantry Brigade was relocated to Plekhovo for a short period of rest. The 2,500-man unit needed a break. The 810th Marine Brigade and its sister unit in the Kursk counter-offensive, the tragic 155th Marine Brigade, were severely depleted by 2 months of largely unsuccessful assaults from the Kursk salient, Axe notes. Thus, on January the 7th, the Ukrainian Armed Forces repelled another attack by the 810th Marine Infantry Brigade in the Pogrebki area. Since November, Russian Marines have thrown at least 2 battalions of 400 men into Pogrebki, but have achieved nothing but losses, the analyst emphasizes. Before the Ukrainian armed forces began to become active in the Kursk region, it became known that the command post of the 810th Separate Guards Marine Brigade in the city of Lvov had been defeated in the Kursk region of the Russian Federation. As reported, the enemy suffered losses among the officer corps. Also recently, the Ukrainian armed forces struck a command post of the Russian army in Mariino, Kursk region. It is noted that these fire strikes are carried out primarily to weaken Russia's ability and desire to carry out terrorist acts against the Ukrainian civilian population. The armed forces of Ukraine will tirelessly continue to identify and destroy military command facilities of the aggressor country, the General Staff of Ukraine emphasized.